What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to yet again another movie review. And you may be wondering, you see the movie I've been reviewing, Sponge on the Run, the SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run, and you're probably wondering, how the heck are you reviewing this? How did you watch it? You don't live in the U.S. I mean, you live in the U.S. How have you seen this movie when it hasn't even been released here yet? That's where VPNs come in, my friend. As you guys may have known, this movie got released on Netflix everywhere except for in the US. And so, I decided to review. I decided to get a VPN and watch this movie. And I did that. And was it worth just getting a VPN so I could watch this movie? I'd say so. Now, a few of the people that have reviewed this movie, not a lot of people have reviewed it, but from the few people that have reviewed this movie, I've heard some negatives, but I haven't looked at a lot of reviews. A lot of people aren't going to get to see this movie till next year. Which isn't far. Okay, disclaimer, I do not like Spongebob. Yeah, I'm gonna move my camera over there, that's better. Let me get over here. Alright, that's better. I don't like Spongebob. Gonna flat out just say it. I don't like SpongeBob. A lot of people know that I don't like SpongeBob, even though I was highly anticipating this movie. When it was originally supposed to come out this year, and it didn't, and then got all the delays, and this was one of the movies, along with some other stuff, that I was extremely disappointed that I wasn't going to get to see in theaters. The movie, though, is actually, it gives me a big feeling of classic SpongeBob. I'd even say it's on par with the first SpongeBob movie. Okay, first things first, let's get into the big elephant in the room. The animation. This movie's animation was freaking amazing. The character models, the textures. One problem I have is it didn't capture the fact that it's underwater the best, but I guess that SpongeBob never has really. But with a 3D animated sense, I get it with the 2D animation, but with the 3D animated, there's the bubble effect. I think they should have used the bubble effect when they're moving their arms and stuff a little more, but that's a little bit of a nitpick. The voice acting is pretty good. There's some recognizable voices in here. I believe I don't remember actress's name, who voiced Queen Whatever Wanabe from Lego Movie 2 is in this. She has a small role. This movie has a cameo from Snoop Dogg, of all people. And a cameo from, I don't remember that one actor's name, but he was in the Rob Zombie Halloween remake as the janitor. I can't remember his name. That also surprising that he was in this. And obviously y'all know about Keanu Reeves being in this movie as Tumbleweed, and surprisingly he was in the movie more than I thought he was going to be. There's a little bit of, the comedy is some of your basic SpongeBob stuff. There's a little bit of modern SpongeBob comedy in there that I'm not a fan of, but most of the comedy it's pretty decent. There are some missed jokes here. A lot of the stuff with the side characters with Patrick, Sandy, not Patrick, Sandy, Mr. Krabs, Plankton, and SpongeBob. Oh, my PlayStation just turned on. 1 second. I accidentally turned my PlayStation on a minute earlier, and it was taking forever to turn on. Just mute that. Sorry. But yeah, this movie has some decent comedy, and like I said, the side characters really were enjoyable in this, especially in one scene in the movie. I'm not going to give it away. I definitely don't want to spoil this movie too much with the fact that a lot of people haven't seen it and a lot of people won't get to see it till next year. If you guys are a big SpongeBob fan and you want to watch this movie, I'd very much recommend getting if you have a VPN, get one so you can give this film a watch. It's a really interesting movie actually, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. The animation is one of the best aspects of it. The music, there's actually a musical number in this, which was actually surprisingly cringe and enjoyable at the same time. And the movie, it knows what it is. I've heard from the few tiny bits of review that I've seen, they said it feels just like that one episode when Gary went missing in the show from early seasons and the first SpongeBob movie. I don't see that really. It's not really that. I don't get that feeling. There is heart to the movie, I will not lie. And I do feel like there's one of the movie's biggest problems is continuity errors. But then I think they tried to fix some continuity at the end of the movie. I'm not going to get into that. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But SpongeBob has never been big on the continuity thing. And also, the whole Camp Coral stuff, I feel, could have been left out of this movie. I really feel like it could, because I feel like that's just to set up the spin-off series that's coming out, which, once again, a lot of people are not for. I don't think I'm that for, because Steven Hillenburg didn't want that to happen, but it's happening anyway. And I will give him this, that the movie was dedicated to Steven Hillenburg, which is a good sentiment, the fact that he never even got to see the movie. It's all the original voice cast, obviously. They're not celebrities, obviously. This being the third, and I'm hoping final SpongeBob movie, because SpongeBob just needs to go and be laid to rest at this point, because it's SpongeBob. He's been around for years, guys. Can we just let SpongeBob die already? This show has been going on since 1999, or was it 98? One of the two. It's been around at least a couple years since before I was born. Freaking, for Pete's sake, SpongeBob's older than me. Can we let SpongeBob just leave now? But no, the movie itself was rather entertaining. I did enjoy it. When it eventually gets a Blu-ray release later on down the road, will I buy a copy? Probably. I own the Sponge Out of Water movie, which was a little disappointing. There's some very entertaining scenes in this, and some of the jokes are really good, and there's a few little Easter eggs to classic SpongeBob episodes in the background of some shots, which I really, really like. And this feels like it could have been a conclusion to the series of SpongeBob, even though that's kind of what the first SpongeBob movie is, because it takes place at the end of the series. But this feels like it could do it as well, even though it obviously isn't. But I don't know. I do applaud them for going full-on CG animation, even though I want more 2D animated movies, even though we barely get those nowadays. Okay, that was a bad fake cry. But what would I give this movie's rating? I'll give it a 4. I will give it a 4 out of 5. It's probably not the best SpongeBob movie in the franchise, obviously. The first one's always the best one. This is probably I'd say this is either the second best or it's about on par with the first one. It's been a long time since I've seen the first one. Maybe I should review that as well. But yeah, this movie, it works for what we're dealt in this movie and what the film is trying to accomplish. I feel like it did it. It's well animated, and I feel like the Camp Coral stuff could have been left out, but I get it. They're trying to set up that upcoming series. I guess I don't see why we had to do that in the movie, and like I said, the movie's not flawless. It's not an amazing movie. It's decent. I enjoyed it. Let me back it down to 3.5. 3.5 out of 5. Not gonna give it a full-on 4. We'll give it a 3.5. Because there are some jokes and there's some cringy moments, and for Pete's sake, that Snoop Dogg cameo came out of literally nowhere. I do applaud them for not putting it in the promotional material. I do applaud them for that. But, and surprisingly, not really a huge spoiler, but Plankton's not in this movie as much as you thought he would be. Like, he's not. What really surprised me that he wasn't in the movie that much. But when he is on screen, he has some moments. I think his design looks the strangest out of all the characters in CG. It didn't look as weird in Sponge Out of Water, but in this, for some reason, his design looks a little weird to me. I don't know why. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you've seen Sponge Out of Water, let me know. Not Sponge Out of Water, Sponge on the Run. Let me know down in the comments section what you thought of it. And if you haven't seen it yet, are you going to get a VPN? If you live in the US, are you going to get a VPN so you can watch it on Netflix? Or are you just going to wait till 2021 when it comes out on CBS All Access and Video on Demand? I'd love to know what you guys are going to do, because I guess because we're nearing the end of the year and I got to do my top 12 list for this year of movies, so got to hurry up and watch Scoob. Got 2 months to finish watching Scoob, to get to watch Scoob, so I need to hurry up and get to that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this movie review, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!